Welcome to Sidecar Games. This is Hearthstone After Dark. My name is Kevin Manley, and it is actually not after dark, it is actually daylight, because I have gotten out of work early, because we are moving. We are changing offices, not that not that it's any of your business, but hey, I like to be honest with you guys. So what are we doing today? Well, we are creating a new deck. I am a fan of bullshit. I'm a fan of stupidity. I'm a fan of stupid decks. And if you're looking at this list right now, it is quite silly. So if you're looking at it, the main thing you might notice, we only got one minion. Because we only need one minion. We need Malygos, oh Malygos, my Malygos. Wherefore art thou, my Malygos? Which is what I'll be asking myself the majority of the time playing this deck. Because at the end of the day, this is a one-turn kill kind of a deck. So how do I get a one-turn kill? Well, we have Embrace the Shadows in here. Embrace the Shadows allows me to use my healing to deal damage. We have the flash heals to sort of buff up the 5 damage. And we also have... Where the fuck is it? I don't know where the things are in my cards. Mind Blast. Mind Blast deals 5 damage. If I get a Malygos on the board, that 5 damage becomes 10 damage. If I get 2 Malagai on the board, that 5 damage becomes 15 damage. You rock both of these out, that's 30 damage. And last time I checked, that's how many health characters have in Hearthstone. So that's the main goal. What is this deck weak against? Control Warrior, obviously. It doesn't do great against Cthulhu type decks. But I know you were asking yourself, how in the fuck am I supposed to get 2 Malagai on the board? And yes, the plural Malygos, Malagai. And that's where Resurrect comes in. Because I only have 1 minion in this deck, I play Malygos, I wait till turn 9, God forbid I live until then. Then we play the Resurrect, and then we drop both of them. Malygos, that's 4 damage right there, 4 mana cost right there. And then you get another 4 in there to get the Mind Blast in there. And if that doesn't do the job, you follow it up the next turn with Embrace the Shadow Flash Heal. So it doesn't sound like a great plan, but it's the only one we got. So we're going to run it. There's some other things in here, but pretty much the name of the game is keep the board clear. I have Mind Vision in here, and I have Thought Steal in here to possibly pick up some other burn damage or removal. Pick up some other spells that the other person might be playing. It's not to get minions, and if I do get minions, they just stay in the deck. So even in Tomb is you take a card off of your opponent's hand and you put it in your own. You know, you put it off their board into your deck. So we're ranked 20, so you can kind of tell it's probably not going to be the greatest. Because I'm not that great at this game. But you know what? I like having fun. I'm going to put this deck up on Hearthstone, so go ahead and tell me how fucking stupid I am there. So, I don't really have a topic prepared today, but what I was thinking I could do was talk about a TV show. A TV show that just came out, and if you listen to the Overwatch gameplay that we did very recently, you might have already heard me talking about this a little bit, but I want to talk about Stranger Things. Now, Stranger Things is this television show that Netflix did, and in my opinion, in my humble opinion, Netflix is just crushing it with their television department. I remember when I first saw House of Cards pop up on the Netflix instant queue when I started hearing rumblings about, oh, Kevin Spacey's doing this new show, this new piece of television content, and it's going to go directly to Netflix, and we're going to upload all of it, and it's going to be hunky fucking dory. I don't know why I have to curse, but I'm cursing. I was really excited by the prospect of that, but at the same time, it was an untested media. Netflix, until that time, weren't content creators, so there was always this question of, how is this going to work? Are they going to be successful with this? Are they going to be crashing miserably like I will with this deck? So as you see, 2-3, guess what we're going to do? Shadow Word Pain. He's going to die. It's going to be awesome. So House of Cards came out, and it was this very exciting experiment that Netflix was doing. It was doing something no one else has done. We're just going to release all, I believe it was 10 episodes, 13 episodes on the same day. You can watch all of it. You can binge watch it, and then you can talk about it with your friends after the fact. So that was always very exciting to me because I love, look at that. We got both the combo pieces. Now all we got to do is live. So I was very excited by the prospect of it. So what was interesting to me was, where is this going to go from here? Is this going to be successful? And it turns out it's pretty fucking successful, to the point that now Marvel is giving all of their trust with their television series to Netflix. They still have Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but they did Daredevil and they did Jessica Jones, and Jessica Jones was just beautiful. I mean, I can't believe it. Can you believe such a wonderful television show even exists on the planet? Give me some removal. I didn't get removal. So that's just going to stay in my deck or in my hand. So Netflix took this big risk and it ended up paying off. They started getting more work. And I was just, enjoying the content as it sort of came out. And then Stranger Things comes out. And it was this show that I heard rumblings of. And by rumblings, I mean everyone on the fucking internet was losing their goddamn minds. And I wanted to know a bit more about the show. I wanted to end up watching it. So last weekend, my wife and I, we sat down and careened through the library. We just got through every freaking episode in a day and a half, basically. And it's only 8 hours, so if you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend checking it out. So we're going to be going into spoiler territory. We are going to be talking about the show a little bit in depth here because I love this show. And from the beginning inception of it, you have these 4 kids playing Dungeons and Dragons. It's set in the 80s. And the 80s are this very cool time where kids were allowed to go riding around on their bicycles in the middle of the night, and they were allowed to, I don't know, curse and smoke cigarettes. I don't know what the kids were doing back in the 80s, but it looked like some Bad News Bears type shit because they just kind of had free reign, as far as I can tell. And these 4 kids, they're hanging out on a school night. It's 10 o'clock, and the mom's like, your friends need to go home. It's a school night, in which I'm like, wow, 10 o'clock for a school night? That's gracious, Mom. But, oh, God, what am I going to do here? Hold on, I need to peruse my options here a little bit. I think what I need to do is probably should have gotten rid of the other minion. I probably made a mistake there, but it's okay. We're going to figure this out. So Mom sends the kids home. One of the kids goes missing. His name was Will, I believe. And Will is riding on his bike on his way home. His friend ditched him because his friend's a dick. And like dick friends do. And Will's kind of just left in this place where he's riding alone. He's scared. He's not sure what he's going to do. And then he hears a noise. He sees something in the middle of the road, and something causes him to skid out, go to the side of the road, and start running home. And when he gets home, there's something weird going on. Lights are flickering in his house. There's some weird noises. He's being chased by something, and he's terrified of it. And he ends up getting kidnapped. And from there, that premise sounds great alone. But then you have the mourning mother, played by Winona Ryder, and she just does an excellent job of a mom going absolutely crazy trying to find her son. And I love the way this all is set up. It's just done in such a fun, interesting way. And the way she communicates with her son, because spoiler alert, he doesn't die. He's just on the upside down world. And it's just such a fascinating way that they connect all of this together with her communicating with him through lights. And there's these flickering lights that she just has to follow around her house. And she spells out an alphabet on the wall. And it's just really creative stuff. And if you play video games, as creative as all this is, there's a lot of homages being at play here. One of which being Last of Us. Last of Us made a huge impact on this show, obviously. And what am I going to do, guys? What am I going to do? I think I need to Shadow Word Pain this. I need to heal up a little bit. And I need to heal up a little bit. And I need to wait. I think that's what I need to do. So I'm probably going to lose this game. But it doesn't matter because we're ranked 20 and we can't get any lower. So I just like all the different influences mixed into this TV show. So John Carpenter's The Thing. Huge inspiration for the show. I mean, they hung its poster on the goddamn wall, for Christ's sakes. E.T., very big influence on this show because you have the three kids riding around and they eventually meet this sort of supernatural character that they hide in their basement and, look after and try to figure out how she can be free from this government agency trying to get after her. You have a little bit of Last of Us because the way that the character designs and the other things sort of play out, it looks a lot like Last of Us. Like the monster of the show looks a lot like a clicker in Last of Us. The like swampy sort of ooze thing that's collecting on the wall, it becomes sort of a, God, what the frick am I going to do, guys? I think what I need to do is I need to break the one rule. Do I break the one rule? Do I die if I don't? He has 10, 14. I can heal up. I'm going to hold off. I'm going to hold off one more turn. I'm going to hold off just a little bit more before I give up on the no minion sacrifice that we set out on. So as you see, this deck isn't great. But, that's what happens when you let a novice make your decks for you. So, yeah, we're pretty much dead. That pretty much does it. I don't really know what to do, guys. I don't know what to say. I don't know if you're disappointed in me. I know I'm a bit disappointed in myself. But, fuck it. We're going to do another one. Hey, I lost a star, so I wasn't quite the lowest of the low. Which means this deck has worked, because that's all I've been playing since the beginning of the month. Which I haven't played a ton of games. But, back to Stranger Things. I'm rambling a lot about this show. And I'm not really saying anything decisive about it, other than that I really liked it. And I'm not really spoiling a bunch, even though I said that I was going to spoil a bunch. But what's really cool about this show is the characters. The kids are done so well. There's this curly-haired kid who's missing his teeth, and the reason why he's missing his teeth is because his baby teeth are still falling out at a very old age, and he's still growing in his adult teeth, his big boy teeth, and he hasn't quite grown into his nose yet. And he's very charismatic, and he's very funny, and he's very joyful and jubilant and happy. And God, the way I'm talking about the show, you would not think that I also host a podcast about movies. Just very inarticulate. But the point of the matter is that I liked this character. I liked a lot of the characters. There's this girl named 11 who has this mysterious set of powers. She's a superhero, as the kids call her. And she has the government chasing after her, and she's scared. And whenever she uses her superpower, she gets a nosebleed. And she's just very well acted. The girl who played her, which I'm going to look it up. I want to give this girl a shout out because for a character that does not talk almost the entire show, she does such a good job at portraying just every possible emotion on her face. And it's apparently one of her first roles that she's done. And to think about that is just a little mind-boggling. You take someone so young, you put them in a space where you tell them to act and show fear and show joy and show being untrustworthy, being timid, being shy, being anxious. You have a kid try to portray those emotions, and it doesn't work out all the time. But in Stranger Things, it really tends to work out, especially in the case of this girl who I'm pulling it up right here, but I'm trying to talk and be entertaining for you guys. Sorry if I'm failing at such a task even. All right, so what I just did is pretty sick. So anytime he attacks me, I'm going to heal 4 health. We're going to keep that guy alive, even though might not have been the best one to use it on, but hey, forget it. Forget about it. So this girl, this girl, who's such a good actress that I can't think of her name because she's new, you know? Millie Bobby Brown. Millie Bobby Brown. Oh, an unfortunate name, but, you know, pretty excited to see that she got a sweet role. Yeah, we're not letting you do that. That's not flying. I ain't got no time for that. And she just... Are you kidding me with this? How am I going to take care of this? Unless... Well, he's going to get a minion. Sorry, guys. Thinking for a second. So, Millie Bobby Brown. What's amazing about the character that she plays is that she doesn't talk a lot. And it's very hard for me as a person who loves dialogue and loves conversation to get behind a character that doesn't talk a lot. And it's all a credit to the performance that she gives. She has such a command over her emotions that she lets you know exactly where she is and exactly what she's feeling and exactly what she's going through. And I think I got to do this. It's very unique for a kid actor to do something like that and to have such a presence on the screen. I mean, she's competing with some great actors on the screen. I mean, she shares a show with Winona Ryder. She shares a show with other people whose names I can't remember. But but what's great about all this is what's going on here? Counterspell. Well, I can't have that whatsoever, so I'm just going to heal up, and then we're going to end the turn. This is probably some sort of Yogg Saram deck, where he's just building up his board, and he's going to drop a bunch of shit on me, and it's all going to go very poorly for me. That's probably a... This is probably a bad situation for me, because this secret right here, I'm going to guess that this is Mere Entity. And giving this guy a Malygos does not sound that entertaining for me. But let's check if it's some sort of duplicate effigy situation. Let's heal up a bit. Let's end the turn. So what have we learned here? We've learned that building a Malygos deck like this is probably not the best. We've learned that I am not that fantastic at telling people about a TV show they should go see. But what I can tell you is that the atmosphere in Stranger Things it's pretty remarkable. Choose a minion whenever it attacks, draw a card. Well, let's have you do that. Because I need to get my Malygos out there so he can get a Malygos and kill me. And the atmosphere of this show, because it's set in the 80s, you're able to figure out a lot about the time period, and you're also able to enjoy just the rich nostalgia that the show has going for it. Why is that card even in this deck? I don't even understand what I'm doing. I don't even understand what I'm saying. In all honesty, I don't even know what to do. I think I just lose, guys. This is really sad. I need to get one win with this deck. I need to find a way. Son of a bit. I think this is over. I think we're gonna lose quite hard here. It's hard for me to talk about Stranger Things when things are going so poorly. Like the cards are great, but I just don't know what to do. It's turning into a boar with charge. Why would you do such a thing? Why would you even do that? All right. Well, we're going to break the combo. We're going to break the combo just to clear this board because that was getting sad. Well, I guess this is what happens, guys. You get bold ideas. You get a feeling that you can talk about a show. You get the feeling that you could win a game of Hearthstone, but deep down, you know you can't. Look at that. I'm just giving up on the dream completely. It's all over. Now I'm just going to get boars whenever I resurrect, and we'll just never understand the true meaning of winning with the Malygos. This is kind of depressing. It's kind of fitting. It's almost as if I had lost my child and he's in some sort of weird upside down parallel universe where everything is dark. Stranger things have happened. If you like the show, please be sure to subscribe. Come back and check out more of the episodes. The thumbnail on the top left here, that's to watch me fail as a control shaman. Thumbnail on the right, that's to watch our happy hour podcast thing. See you guys next week.